In the book of Exodus, we find Moses out in the wilderness tending his father-in-law's sheep. He's been out there for a long time after running off from Egypt as a person who killed a soldier who was beating up a slave. So he's been tending these sheep for a long time, wandering through the wilderness with these sheep each and every day. And this one particular day, Exodus tells us that he sees this bush that's burning. Now, I don't think this is probably that unusual of a sight. I think, in fact, Moses probably had seen many bushes burning. But this particular time, Moses chooses to pay attention to something he had undoubtedly seen before. He says, I'm going to go see this great sight. And he walks over to ponder and to reflect on this bush that probably was a pretty normal sight in the wilderness. Now, the question is, what might you go by each and every day that God wants you to stop, look, listen, pay attention to? You know, for Moses, it was the burning bush. What about you? What about me? What is it for us as we go through our everyday lives, seeing everyday ordinary things? You know, what might God want us to turn aside and look at? And it's interesting because in the story, by Moses turning aside and looking at this bush and pondering it and reflecting on it, he actually becomes aware of God in a whole new way. He actually meets God in the bush and becomes aware of this incredible presence of God around him and somehow takes off his shoes and bows there. Wouldn't it be incredible if in your ordinary everyday life you simply took some time to pause and reflect on things that you've seen many times before? Maybe, just like Moses, you would take off your shoes. You'd become aware of God in a whole new way.